Okay. Um, First of all, I just want to say thank you, God, and I have to say thank you, God, every time. Um, I know there'll be a time when I won't be able to be thankful, in a sense of because I'll be so much in a suffering state. Um, but I have to be thankful. Everything that they do to me as a target individual, it seems like it comes back to them in one way or another. But also, the life that this low life live, like, it's just nasty. And I'm glad to put that in their faces every day. You know, as a target individual, they surround you with all kind of nasty, not even nasty, they surround you by perps that do all kind of foul things. But it takes very little braveness, and it's all cowardice. You witness majestic level of cowardice that you find yourself even noticing that even children or childlike individuals are participate. That's what this technology is capable of doing, and that's why what we're dealing with, target individual, is coming from a very sophisticated weapon system that it doesn't take the smartest, the bravest, or anybody impressive to do what they do. They create a psyops, and the psyops, in my case, is just to paint this falsified reality. It's so delusional, especially when target individual, we are aware of what's happening. You know, at a stage, there's a stage where we don't know. There's a time before we find out about target individual, we don't know what's going on. We're confused on why all these people are acting this way. You really start kind of, not even, you start asking yourself, but you know, is that these people are truly what they're presenting themselves? It doesn't make sense, but as if, then you find out, oh, all along they're just working for this program. And what they're doing is to try to disorient the target individual, to confuse the target individual, to think that this is not what all these other target individuals are talking about. They're delusional trash if they think that you're going to be accepting of this. But they have to be consistent. And so for me, I have no problem to always put in their faces the reality of what they're part of, because they love what they do. These perps enjoy the ability of doing what they do. It empowers some of them, especially the more cowardly ones. It empowers them to make them feel like they have some kind of control in life, because as a target individual, your life is controlled in this program. And so you hear this trash that create a psyop and try to live life negating the reality of what they're part of. And I refuse to let them do that. Because as much as you love what you're involved in, you're going to be involved in knowing what exactly you're part of for the true thing that you're involved in. Not what you put together to make yourself love this thing in this fashion of believing that there's some kind of heroic beings when they trust the shit in the low life of the low lives. They paint the fantasized reality where they want you to be accepting of this manipulation. And they call you a pedophile when the truth is they are the low life working for governmental entities filled with pedophiles. It's magical. They smear you and try to make you feel like you're a failure when in reality it's like so are you a success story? Life is destroyed. Your life is completely destroyed. Everything is meant to make your life a horrible life. They dedicate their life, their fucking nasty low life, to break you down. And the truth is that I know the reality of people who partake in this and do these things and dedicate so much of their time. It's a matter of time. Life is short for all of us. You don't have to be a target individual to die. I'm so glad that this trash, before that happened, they dedicate their nasty low lifeness into that. Some of them are just starting life. Like children and childlike trash, which I don't have no sympathy for. They low life shit, and that means that that just means that they're going to continue to do that for a longer period. I've been told that they will frame me using children. I keep saying that in a lot of my videos. They say that, and I believe that. And the truth is, like, please do it. Sacrifice this retard's life. Drag more in their life into it. Encourage this trash, knowing damn well what's going to happen to them in life. Let this trash see how much of a prophet I've become, because I can honestly, because it's obvious seeing what can happen to children when they live life where they pretend they're getting raped. Oh, Let this trash die. Sorry, let this trash live this nasty life and watch their future all fucked up. Excuse my language, but I love to say these things because they want to negate that. When they're saying that they're gonna have some children around my building, some neighbors or so, act like we're in communications and we're interacting in this romantic sexual way, or just interaction period, because I'm not even this trash know if we interact, it's not gonna be a good interaction, but in the sense that it's a romantic kind of relationship, that I'm with these children, these teenagers, whatever age they are. And so I have these people living here, their specific ethnicity, and then I have my coworkers where, obviously the more established coworkers that have corporate world. And so they love to encourage these kids. It's like, yeah, and give them ways to just excite them into like this fantasized reality. It's like, yeah, now you're like teenagers. It's like, I will beat the crap out of these little teenagers if they come near me and act like we're lovers. This is not a threat. If these kids think that I'm going to let them act like they're just, we're interacting in sex, it's going to be bad. This trash encouraging you will never have their kids there doing that. They're cowards, nasty trash. And these kids fucked in life. This trash ass. And this funny how they use terminology to annoy me. It's like, now we dared. Yeah, you dared you dare to pretend to get raped. Some loserness of trash. You can imagine what the future looks like for them. Because these daring children, if they come near me, they will not. I'll do what their parents needs to do. They're just trashy lowlifes, trashy kids, trashy. With a fucked up future already. Excuse my language. And when I'm cursing, this is just the best way I can. They messed up their future, and I'm so glad for it because I don't have no sympathy for this trash. To the parents, talk about trash, that's where you find trash. And they get encouraged by some group of people. For me, the psyop also consists of this like fake, this radical, like they act like they're feminists. It's like, yeah, we're doing it, but we're just because it's radical. And the like feminists, like I wish I could take the pictures of when they walk in this fierce way. As if like they're just like, oh, this fierce, yeah, we dared. Cowardness, majestic cowardness. Can you imagine acting, pretending they're in this, not even saying that you're this avenging you for everything you've done, but you're involved in a program that literally destroys so many lives of women, so many in these horrible ways. I've seen women act like, oh no, that's not real, when I hear the testimonials of these women that are getting raped and tortured. Because they want to be involved in this deluded reality. No, you know what's real. You're just trying to negate that. You're an opportunist trash. For all the sufferings of all the atrocities of these women, you know what you're involved in. There's a book here. This man wrote about like, oh, how these women are like getting raped. And then talk about the next door neighbors, this next door neighbor from hell. This is this trash. This lowlifeness. And they empower this loserness of human beings, some trashy, weak lowlife. It's like, yeah, we're going to see you suffer. It's like, okay, that's so brave. You're such a darer. I rather suffer in hell. And for me, I put the reality in their faces all the time. Can you imagine this trash never escaping the reality that what I'm part of is destroying, harming even babies? That is destroying the life. They've made women despair. Lose everything. I rather despair like them than flourish like this trash, which they won't flourish for sure. Some delusional trash. But it's fun for today. It's fun for them. They enjoy until the day comes. They've seen a few miracles. Many have left them sufferings. Then they got sick. Then some of them killed themselves. I'd rather die in this honorable way than live like them, however horrible it's going to be. Like I said, I'm prepping myself for this theatric torture. Because like I said, I put the reality in their faces to the point that it's provoking. You'll find that they don't like that. They want you to let them escape into some fantasized reality. Things get worse when you put that in their faces. When you tell your story. when testimonials are provided. They don't like that. It's not that the evidence is going to change anything because they're going to do it. This is global. But it's like, it's a provocation because some of them want to do this, thinking about this thing in a different way. And so when you put the reality in their faces, it's hard for them to believe this bullshit they put together. When you put it in a way that it's not escaping the reality of what you're involved in, there's no way to escape from that. It means it's going to be horrible for you. I was hearing this woman called Anne saying that, I've been talking about my testimonials and giving stories of what's been happening to me, tell my story, and things have gotten worse for me. I've been harassed more, now I have breast cancer. And I've been saying the same thing here, is like they hate when I make these videos and talk about what they are truly, show what they really are part of. Not because it's going to change what's going to happen to me. It's because some of this trash wanted to do these things in this escapism. Because the truth is this. You are altered. My brain is destroyed. They talk about they're watching my body rotting away. It's because they're destroying my organs using this remote technology. But not only controlling my body, my mind is controlled in this disgusting ways. That's where they create their storylines of fantasized reality. They make you have the most disgusting experiences, and then they get you to, then they try to make you think, oh my gosh, we're just reporting this reaction that you're just experiencing so naturally. We're just mining. They use different verbiage of some sort. Now we're mining, mapping, everything by manipulating your brain. Some of the gimmickiness I've seen at the office was the worst. A woman who literally carried like a laptop, showing the laptop to a person and showing like, you see this and that and that and that. If you see this and that, and she was laughing. After they forced me to get sexual stimulation. Nastiness. But these theatrics are meant to confuse you, disorient you. And it's funny, today I'm employed. They've employed me a while ago, and I made my first video about this employment, knowing that these people just employ me to partake. I'm new. I made my first video about them in 2021, so you can imagine 2025 where it's at. So it's they try to mess with me. It's kind of obvious where things are going, and they would tell me that very much in advance, or at least they let me know, right? But a lot have changed in my time there, and it's funny that even today, I'm in a worse state today than obviously in 2021, health-wise. But my brain more destroyed than ever. I'm maybe like 30 pounds lighter, even maybe more, 40 pounds lighter, 50, maybe close to 50 pounds lighter. Not because I'm a big guy, try to lose weight, but I'm wasting away. I'm just becoming so like skinny. I almost look anorexic. But that's not because I'm anorexic. It's because when I eat, it's a problem. My digestive system is being destroyed. So I minimize my food intake just because I know it's not good for my body, right? So I look anorexic because my organs are being destroyed. But like I said, going back, it's funny how things works out, because I now more than ever can show my value of what I've contributed to what I'm doing. There's not many who's doing what I'm doing within my team. I'm still the face of the team while I'm being it's crazy. They had time to hire people, to get people who can replace me, but who they've hired are incompetent or are too new or don't have the knowledge of certain things. It's funny, they hire somebody who has super confidence, and I'm looking at it, it's like, you don't even know what you're doing, really. And he comes in because his job, I think, was just to replace me. I'm not sure. But I'm trying to train him, and then I'm saying he's just acting with this arrogance of like, yeah, he just like try to show that he knows more than me. I'm like, okay, well, it's a little too early for you to have this level of confidence when you don't know anything about this vertical. But okay. And I'm saying the things, I'm like, oh my gosh, let them be the team that replace me. This thing is gonna be done quickly. Me, my two last brain cell, I'm doing more work than all of them together. And it's funny, sometimes I think Friday I was a little bit, definitely didn't feel good. And I was in a meeting, and I was trying to get things together because I'm bombarded on all sides of things. So I'm trying to put things together. It's like, okay, and I'm in a meeting, and this person just said something. Who this is? Like, this is the simplest thing. And so I'm a little bit. Sometimes I'm I'm irritated because these perps are just trying to annoy you and this kind of burn you out. So I responded, in a way, but they're like, yeah, you see, yeah. And then the perps who are my coworkers use that. It's like, yeah, thank you guys. You see how like he was kind of impolite. Yeah, thank you girls for pretending you get raped. This trash and disgusting. Can you imagine you're in an environment that just literally is trying to break you down psychologically, and you act with a little bit of just a little bit of irritation, which is the least I can do, because some people have caused mass shootings. And they're like, oh, thank you guys. You see how unpolite he is? Thank you. I'm like, you trashy. These people are low life. Involved in a program that is out here destroying the life of so many. Target individuals, stay strong. Do not let these clowns live their fantasized reality. Let me just put again what they do. Mentally, when they do it to me, it's nasty. Every time I look at little kids, little girls especially, they stimulate me throughout the nights. They're playing my libido, and make me think of kids, training my brain this way. This trash are coward and low life and foul, because the foulness they can do, they don't have to be seen while doing this foulness. That's why this program is so advanced. That's what this program is all about. The technology is meant to be able to do things to a human subject remotely. It's supposed to be able to attack the mind and the body remotely. And that's what they do. And they attack the mind by making people have this nasty reaction toward children, to break them down. It's nasty. Pedophilia is a tool utilized to break people down in this program. They do that commonly. And then they use this trash around you to try to gaslight you, to identify with these manipulations. And they, because you have this interaction with them via V2K, where they pipe their voices in, you can hear them try to harness a voice that sounds so sensible. So we proved it. Yeah, we proved it. So now there's something. So yeah, there's something to be right. And they send this child like trash. They don't care how stupid they sound, like how obvious it is that they manipulate. They don't care. They're children. I mean, let me repeat that. They're retarded, excuse my language, but they're not. I don't consider them anymore children. I think just mentally handicapped. They are mentally handicapped. Trash. They're handicapped people. But it's okay. This trash are done in life. It's just a matter of time. It's not something, I've seen people met with accomplishments and things done in their life that I've seen them go through certain things while they were doing that to me. So these retards with nothing already, just a matter of time. But they make you have this disgusting reaction. It's nasty. And this is an example. For example, starting off this, I was watching this movie, and that's what you're seeing. They stimulate me right now, immediately, because there's this kid here. Immediately. They want you to identify with this, by the way, always. They want you to think that this is something natural. For me putting that in their faces is provoking to them. That's why they want to create a theatric torture. They're going to cut your balls. They're going to do this. Like, God gave me strength for whatever horrible torture. that I'm going to experience. But I will never let this low life live the fantasy. I have to run to that. Because now they're going to create a theatric torture. It's like, okay, he's not identifying with it. But if we get tortured this way, he's going to think, let's go get tortured. I will never identify with this nasty manipulations. Never. Never. However it goes. Then, there's a bunch of the movie the show Breaking Bad. I watched it right before August 19, 2019. I just binge watched the whole thing. And so, one part I forgot is like this, at the end or toward the end, they had like a baby, an infant, a newborn baby. To manipulate my memories, they make me imagine, now you had this sexual stimulation when you saw the newborn boy baby. And I'm like, can you imagine? This is like the last episode when he's in the nursery. It's like, now you see, that's proof you felt stimulations, and now you're just making these false memories. That's what they do. Literally. And it giving me sexual stimulation now, it made me think that's what you felt when you saw the show. That they want me to be like, oh, I watched this show, and then, oh, when I saw the baby, I was like, oh. Trash. And this trash like, there is. You know, the way they've been falsifying my memories to try to make me accept these things. Because today, when I see infants, babies, they make me have this sexual stimulation. They wouldn't see like a newborn baby. If it's a girl, oh, real, that's real. Ew. No shame. And they make me think of like the newborn baby of this man. The newborn is like a day old. And I think I swear, God, this baby looked like it just got out of the phase of being a fetus. Had like a little dress. They stimulated, nasty ways. And it's like, no, but you felt like that when you saw this thing. Trash ass. They have no shame. No shame. They falsify everything they can. They manipulate whatever they can. And try to make you accept of this. And now they're like, yeah, now you see, when you see like the nurse, you see we said that, it's like, yeah, you falsifying that. You know what you're gonna manipulate me to have a falsified memory of in advance. And really try to make me think, no, but you know when you were watching that you felt so. I was like, you dumb. Target individuals, stay strong and see this low life for what they are. Because they will do everything. They could be consistently try to do the same thing. They've been falsifying memories of all sorts of things. They have no shame. And try to use that as the validations. What they falsify is in your memories for today's experiences. Stay strong.